We have some news just coming in. Details of Sheezan's grilling on India Today. Sheezan has broken down during the grilling, constantly changing statements. When Sheezan started crying in front of the female officer, the officer who interrogated Sheezan at the Valik police station told Aaj Tak. He cried during the inquiry. The officer was talking to Sheezan. He felt like crying then is what the officer has told us. For 2 days continuously, he was telling different theories behind the breakup, and when an officer started questioning, he was crying is what we know. We're getting all the details of Sheezan, who was apparently crying during the grilling that was taking place. A woman officer was questioning him, and apparently he's been changing all the theories as to why the breakup happened. Remember, he's also in fact spoken about the fact that there was an age gap and that because of the differences in religion, they decided to part ways. But he's changing these theories again and again. When an officer questioned him in this matter, he started to cry, is what we know. Sheezan has been accused of abetment of suicide of his girlfriend, actor Tunisha Sharma, and he's been detained by the police. Up until the 28th day of December, he continues to be in police custody. We're getting you all the details of Sheezan's grilling on India Today. Dev Kotak has more. Dev, how is he changing the statements? And you're also telling us that he cried in front of the officer. What really happened there?
Well, a female officer who was interrogating him has divulged that Sheezan began crying. Earlier, he was not even sticking to the original statement. Of course, so the cops are also trying to make sense of what the real truth is and what the facts are, because he has been repeatedly changing his statement time and again. In fact, this is one of the key reasons why the police actually pressed on for police custody even when he was produced in court and was granted police custody until the December 28th. The fact that they have not been able to string all the versions that he has narrated so far, and every time there is a newer and a different version, which is what the cops are also trying to make sense of. In fact, this is also an attempt to confuse them at the same time. So the lady officer who was interrogating him said that earlier he was not cooperating and he used to remain mostly very quiet, and when he began talking, he just burst out into tears, and he said that I have no involvement in this. But of course, the case is definitely very open-ended so far, as interrogation and investigation into this continues back and forth, because it is a very serious abetment to suicide charge, charged under section 306 of the Indian Penal Code. And right behind me, if I can pan the camera a little bit inside this very door, Sheezan is there at this very point in Vali police station officer's custody. In fact, he was brought here a few minutes ago, and we have also been told that one of his sisters might turn up out here, as the court has allowed him home-cooked food and medicines. That is something that she has generally been coming to deliver to him since the past 1-2 days. So we can expect her also to visit in the next few minutes to come. So these are the kind of details that we have for now. But of course, several people's statements have also been recorded apart from Sheezan, who is currently inside, and the police have until the whole of tomorrow, which is December 28th. On 29th, day after tomorrow, he will be reproduced in court again, and that's when the court will decide. And of course, depending on whether the police is asking for an extended custody or he gets sent to judicial custody.
Okay.
So these are the details that we have at this point.
Right, Dave, I'll come back to you. Anita Brito is also getting asked more details on that story. Anita, several reports also seem to be suggesting that Tunisha would have been upset about the fact that she found out, so to speak, that Sheezan was cheating on her, but she was not really undertaking, taking any medicines for depression per se. What are you picking up as far as the mental state of mind is concerned? An allegation has been made by Sheezan that previously also she tried to take her life, and then he saved her. What's the family saying?
So if you go back in 2018, Tunisha had mentioned in an interview that she was suffering from depression, she was suffering from anxiety due to a lot of things. One being her father passed away quite early, and then she lost a lot of close people in her life, and that in turn drove her into depression and anxiety, and she was under doctor's supervision, and as per her interview she was under medication, and the only support that she had was her mother and one of her close friend, who she actually vented out her depression, her anxiety and all the problems that she had. She also had mentioned in one of her interviews that it was difficult for her to go on sets and work, but just because of her mom and her friend, because of their support, she managed to get back on her feet, and she managed to get back to work. But I think now what we are getting to know, that due to all this past experiences and the present love angle that we all know about, the breakup drove her again back into depression and anxiety, and that's why she took such a drastic step, and everyone is shocked about it. Those 15 minutes, no one knows what happened between those 15 minutes, what triggered her, no one knows. What was the conversation that she had with Sheezan, no one knows. That's what everyone is trying to get the answer for. Now that we are at this situation, now that's happened, Sheezan has been questioned, everyone is looking for that answer, what has happened in that 15 minutes, and her parents, her family members, her friends, her colleagues on the sets of Alibaba, all have this question, that what was that trigger point for her that made her take that decision. Sneha.
Be with us, Anita, and they will keep coming back to you for more on that story, and we're staying with all the details of Sheezan's grilling.